I believe you should learn bosses by skill, not choosing if you're able. This way you can kill them consistently, rather than having trouble each time you come back. This especially goes well with Souls games, as the players, like you, usually replay them. Today's game is another crab's treasure, and the focus of today's tutorial will be the Royal Shellsplitter boss. The 5 attacks you're going to look out for today, and the only attacks the boss possesses, are 1. The overhead slam, 2. The triple slam / single slam, 3. The claw slap, 4. Scare, and 5. The grabbing guillotine. The stats in today's video are at completely 0, as you can beat it at level 1 relatively easily. I recommend fighting this boss close quarters combat because this tutorial is based in close quarters. This just means to try to stay close to him, to try and not move more than 3 rows away. The first attack is the Amish Paradise. Oh, frick. Sorry. The overhead slam, or the Whammus Slammus in Latin. This has a 1 second combination with both the windup and the attack itself. This attack is a blue claw attack, which means it will shatter your shell and at level 0 often one-shot you. A blue crab symbol will appear when this attack is activated, making it quite obvious when it is used. The overhead smash can be dodged by rolling any direction. However, the best roll direction would be into the attack. However, if you still panic roll away or to the side, Krill's stab attack can instantly confront this Royal Nutcracker. The lobster might chain the attack in with a much quicker one, and the chaining applies with every attack, but especially this one. 2. The Beke Locus Clocus, or the Triple Nut Destroyer, has a 0.5 second charge and release, counting out loud. This attack has no special properties, but it still hits harder than a drunk stepfather. But unlike a stepfather, it is quite the hard thing to detect when it's about to get slammed. Slam you, sorry, pardon me. To see this attack, look out for the lobster putting his weapon at his neck level. Seconds later, not even a second later, probably half a second later, he will crash it down. This attack can be dodged by rolling away, or to the side, as rolling into the attack will get you clapped faster than a drunk fly, and that is really fast, as in one-shot you, or 3-shot you. To counter this generationally canceling move, Krill should roll to the side, sprint behind the boss, and slash 2 to 3 times consecutively. The single slam is a simpler rendition of the Triple Nut Destroyer, but because of its unpredictability, it can be quite tough to dodge. For this attack, it has the same windup and indicator as the triple, and the optimal dodging strategy would be a roll forward as it only hits once. Krill's best counter is 3 consecutive slashes, leaving room for weaving in between attacks. I call this one when you try to flirt with a girl. I'm just kidding. Kind of. The Scarcelius Slapium, or barely a backhand, is the hardest attack of the Nutkiller to see coming, by far. However, it can be detected when the Royal Shellsplitter temporarily lowers his main weapon and slightly withdraws back his other claw. Though this attack doesn't hit very hard, or possess any shell-breaking properties, it makes up with that for speed, as its charge-up time is a whopping 0.5 of a sec, or half of a second. This basic white girl slap is usually paired with another attack before and after its release. This can be rolled by any direction really, but the most efficient Krill could roll would be forward or to the side. A simple counterattack consists of 1 to 2 flashes consecutively. For later on in the game, once you fight to get a shell, no spoilers, this attack can be effortlessly blocked by any shell. The scare floor will be painted. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong script. That's Monsters, Inc. The Terraphritistidium, or your uncle's stare, is quite the scary sight. And just like your uncle, you don't want the boss staring at you like that. Or maybe you do, I'm not sure what you're into. This attack is by far the easiest to detect, as when it's performed, the Nutsmacker will raise up his bike lock, position his face so its goofy old mouth is visible through it, then give you the Stepmom 3000 kind of stare, if that's what you're into. Taking roughly half a second, counting out loud, to execute. When this attack goes into effect, it inflicts the Frightened Blight. When applied, Krill will not be able to heal or run, and the only move available will be roll. To dodge this apocalyptic consequence, you should not be facing the lobster's visage. So whether it is running or rolling, just make sure to get to the side or behind his face. The most efficient dodge tactic for this scare is a roll to the side, as once again, it provides more free hits with less time required and the status bar staying empty. Finally, the most deadly of them all, the Grabius Accio, or the guillotine grab. It's quite the attack. This attack has roughly a 1 second warning with the special property, grab. This simply means you cannot block it or jump it. This attack is clearly indicated by a floating red aggro crab appearing above the naughty lobster's head. Worst part of all, at level 0 it is guaranteed to one-shot you, and give Krill a miserable end. This has led many to fear this attack, as the lobster cruelly forces Krill's head into the chopping block and uses it for slashing practice. The best dodge before he executes the attack, and Krill, is 1. To roll backward once or twice, depending on how close you are to the lobster. Or 2. Roll into the attack and hope not to get caught. Rolling into the attack will result to you getting flung very far behind him, giving you time to regroup your thoughts and heal Krill. Obviously, the most efficient is into the attack. However, timing this wrong will result in the execution medieval style. After maneuvering through this attack, I would highly recommend using 3 consecutive slashes, as it gives free room to weave through whatever attacks he might chain in. Overall, this boss takes a bit of precise learning and training. But don't forget, information is only knowledge when paired with experience. So go out there and pair my knowledge with your experience.